It's important to make the right decisions, like when to go for it on fourth down, or when to kick the field goal or go for the touchdown. It's also important to make the right insurance decisions too. That's why my office, Trey McAdams State Farm, is here to help you select the right protection at the right price. Our office will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages, so you'll know what to expect when the unexpected happens. With Trey McAdams State Farm, it's easy to make the right call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Proud sponsor of the Tennessee Vols.
Did we just see a preview of the national title game between Tennessee and Auburn? Well, Zakai Zeigler seems sure of it. This round, though, it goes in Auburn's favor, 53-51, your final. But unlike the road loss to Vanderbilt, the vibe around this team is a lot more positive, even after those final crucial plays didn't go Tennessee's way. I'm Paige Dower. This is the Field Pass on Full Disclosure. There's probably two plays that's on the top of everyone's mind. The Felix Okpara travel late in the game and that final look Tennessee had to either tie it or walk it off. We'll start with the very last play to walk it off against the top-ranked Auburn Tigers. It did not go their way, but what it allows is a potential offensive rebound and then a chance with about 9 or so seconds left in the game to get that offensive putback. Didn't get a chance to do that either as Auburn gets the defensive rebound. But Rick Barnes after the game doubled down on it. He said that's the exact play that we wanted. Zakai Zeigler says that's exactly how we drew it up. That's how we wanted it. Despite being poor from the three-point line in this game, only having about 3 of 22 in the game, that's the look that they wanted. They're an aggressive team. You have to expect that. So then you get to the Felix Okpara travel. Did he travel? Rick Barnes says yes, he traveled. But did he have help? That's what he wasn't sure of. And that's what really frustrated him. And you see him throwing his water bottle down. And I don't know if it was shown on the broadcast, but up in media row, kind of right behind me, we're seeing the team and staff cleaning up the water for like 5 minutes because he was so aggravated with that call because he felt he had help in the travel. He felt that the guard had 2 hands on Felix, and that's what pushed the momentum for him to travel. And he didn't like the call not being in both favors. This was Rick Barnes talking about that play after the game.
I think he traveled, but I don't think you can put 2 hands on somebody's shoulders. If that's what my coaches told me was they saw, when they looked at it before the game was over.
Yeah, so Tennessee, they get the final look. It doesn't fall, but Rick Barnes still incredibly proud of his team's fight. And that gets to my third point, but I don't want to skip over the second point, which is Jahmai Mashack, who has continued to put together an incredible stretch here in SEC play, especially here and what he's been doing in January specifically, especially following his Vanderbilt effort. He's been nearly flawless on defense, and that was especially true tonight against the Auburn Tigers. Against number 10, Chad Baker, he guarded him so well. I'm sure all of us remember that 3-point effort that he had where they're at the top of the key and he is just not giving Chad any room to breathe. The shot clock is winding down, and in a last-ditch effort, he fades away to try and knock down a 3-pointer. And what does Jahmai Mashack do? He fouls him, he goes to the line and makes all 3. And that's the one thing Rick Barnes has been harping on this season, especially after the loss to the Commodores, to stop fouling 3-point tryers. There's just no defense for that. There's no reason to do that. You did 30 seconds of phenomenal defense, and for what? You foul him, he goes to the line, and he makes all 3. But he just says that he's proud that Jahmai is on their side.
He locks in. He just wants to keep somebody from getting a shot. And obviously, not a great play there when he fouled the 3-point shooter, but it's hard to back him off because he's just that's who he is, and he just takes it personal in terms of wanting to guard people, but. Again, he's one of those guys, and I'm just glad he's on our team.
There's no question this game was a defensive battle, and when you're in a battle like this, you want Jahmai Mashack on your side, like Rick Barnes says. And so I had to ask Zakai Zeigler after the game how much his defense really impacted the game and really maybe sometimes even shifted the momentum and the tide of this game. And this was Zakai Zeigler kind of talking about like his conversations with Jahmai during the game, if he kind of wants him to leave him alone because he's playing such great lockdown defense.
Nobody's getting by him. I was telling him that, like, hey, I'll leave you on the island if that's what you want. Like, I'll let you just stop whoever it is. So, he brings so much energy and fight to us, toughness to us that he does it night in and night out. So, Jahmai, I see it every day that way he does, but tonight he did an amazing job.
I also entered the game with 6 rebounds, a block, and 2 steals, and you felt every single one of those effort plays in this game, and that's exactly leading to my third takeaway after this close loss to Auburn. Rick Barnes was so positive, almost kind of upbeat following this tough loss to Auburn, and it's because of that effort. He says during practice they had great preparation, they showed great focus and attention to detail. They got away from that a couple of times this game, and they paid for it. You know, the crowd noise, unlike Vanderbilt, wasn't a huge focus or turning points in this game because of their focus and then their ability to communicate, which again they did not do against Vanderbilt. And it's in that ability where you see these flashes of what this team could be. You know, we're in January, there's a ton of SEC play, a ton of regular season left, but you have to move with purpose. He says when all of us are all on and none of us have taken a beat off, he says this team can be incredibly special. And that's how you get to this idea that this is a national title preview, that the rematch will be them two meeting in Texas for the title. We heard Zakai Zeigler say big facts on that, and I asked him kind of why do you believe that this could be a national title rematch?
I don't feel like we had a game this year that every single person played to their best ability yet, and whenever that happens or whenever we all click like that, it's going to be scary for the whole country.
Sure, a lot of us would like to see that sooner than later, especially with what's coming up. But later today, I'll have a preview on the Lady Vols in South Carolina. No sleep for the week. I'll be in Auburn tonight, and then in the morning, we'll be back in Knoxville to cover the Lady Vols as they get ready for another top 25 showdown. And that one will be good, especially after seeing what South Carolina did to LSU on Friday night. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of it. I'll be back later today to talk all things Lady Vols basketball, and then probably on Monday for more Tennessee basketball. I'll talk to you guys then.